Can the place you are born decide your entire life? On the Korean peninsula, a single border splits two worlds. On one side, a child grows up amid dazzling lights and endless choices. On the other, a child's life is shaped by obedience and state control. This is the reality for two children born just miles apart, one in South Korea, one in North Korea. The border is more than wire and soldiers. It's a barrier between two human experiences. Once a unified nation, Korea was split after World War II. North Korea built on strict ideas, South Korea on democracy and rapid progress. For over 70 years, these nations have become a living experiment. What happens when one people are divided by ideas? To understand this divide, we must look into the everyday lives of the people, their schools, homes, and dreams. The line on the map is invisible from space, but on the ground, it has created two entirely different realities. In North Korea, education is about loyalty, not discovery. Children are taught to look up to the Kim family, and every lesson is filled with their ideas. The school plan is very strict, with history and math lessons making the state and its army look good. The outside world is painted as dangerous, and information is tightly controlled. In South Korea, education is a fierce competition. Children attend school by day and extra study schools by night, all for a shot at the university entrance exam. The pressure to do well is huge, but so is the freedom to dream. Careers in music, tech, or business are all possible. In the North, a child's future is decided by songbun, a social status passed down from their family. The state decides your path. In the South, choice is real but comes with its own pressures. Success is a race, and not everyone wins. North Korean students are given jobs for life. South Korean students face a world of options but also endless competition. The difference is clear. One system limits dreams, the other demands you chase them. In both, childhood is shaped by forces far beyond a child's control. The freedom to choose in the South is matched by the burden to succeed. In the North, the burden is simply to obey. Two childhoods, two destinies, divided by a line shaped by their nations. In North Korea, work is a lifelong job from the state based on loyalty, not talent. Jobs are given out, steel mills, farms, factories, with no chance to change careers or get ahead. Pay is very low, and many rely on illegal markets just to get by. Daily life is a cycle of work and political teaching, with little difference between work and personal life. In South Korea, work is a high-stakes competition. Young people fight for jobs at major companies, working long hours and facing constant pressure. The freedom to choose your job is real, but so is the stress of keeping it. South Koreans can change jobs, start businesses, and build wealth, but the endless push for success leads to being tired and worried. In the North, the dream is to be a loyal worker. In the South, it's to climb the ladder. Both systems demand sacrifice. The difference is not just in chances, but in the very meaning of work itself. In North Korea, personal freedom is almost non-existent. The state controls what you say, where you go, and even what you think. Criticizing the government can mean prison for your entire family. Travel is limited, and all news is government messages. There are no independent courts, no free press, no right to protest. Elections are a show, not a choice. Watching is everywhere. People learn to hide their true selves. In South Korea, democracy is loud and lively. Citizens protest, criticize leaders, and get global information freely. Rights are protected by law, and culture grows openly. South Korea's freedoms were hard-won after many years of strict rule, and people strongly protect them. The difference is huge. In the North, life is planned by the state. In the South, each person writes their own story. The right to think, speak, and dream is the biggest difference between the two Koreas. Freedom is not just a word, it's the base of an entire way of life. In North Korea, the state owns all housing. Where you live is assigned, based on loyalty and job. Apartments are often dull and not well kept, with unreliable electricity and heating. Food is scarce. Families rely on rations and illegal markets to get by. Home is a place of not enough and constant government checking. In South Korea, housing is a sign of success and a source of stress. Most live in modern tall buildings with every comfort, 24-hour electricity, internet, and advanced appliances. The housing market is fiercely competitive, and owning a home is a major life goal. Daily life is comfortable, but the pressure to afford it is high. In the North, home is about survival. In the South, it's about status and comfort. Two homes, two realities. One shaped by not enough, the other by plenty and competition. In North Korea, culture is a tool of the state. Art, music, and film exist to make the government look good. Entertainment is political teaching, foreign media is forbidden, and creativity is tightly controlled. The cultural world is small, all the same, and unchanging. In South Korea, culture is a global thing. K-pop, films, and dramas reach people all over the world. Young people create and share things freely, connecting with global trends through social media. South Korean culture is active, varied, and open to the world. The North's culture is a one-way talk. The South's is a global conversation. For North Korean youth, culture is about loyalty. For South Koreans, it's about showing who you are and connecting. The difference is not just in what people watch or listen to, but in how they see themselves and the world. Culture, in both Koreas, shapes who you are, but in very different ways. In North Korea, hope is for everyone. Personal goals are not encouraged and dreams must match what the state wants. The future is set by family background. Changing your life is almost impossible. The greatest hope for many is simply more food, more electricity, or a peek at the outside world. In South Korea, hope is for each person. The future is a landscape of chances, shaped by personal effort. Young people dream of changing the world, but face intense competition and money pressures. The promise of change is real but not guaranteed. In the North, hope is about surviving and being loyal. In the South, it's about achieving and feeling good about yourself. Both societies struggle with worry. One from lack of freedom, the other from the pressure to succeed. The freedom to dream is complete in the South, but the path is hard. In the North, even dreaming is a quiet act of going against the rules. Despite the divide, North and South Koreans share language, family history, and traditions. They celebrate the same holidays and love the same foods, though how they get them and their customs are different. The split is a family sadness. Siblings raised in different worlds with opposing values. One society values obedience and sacrifice, the other competition and showing who you are. The money and technology gap is huge. South Koreans live longer, earn more, and have global reach. The same blood flows, but their lives are shaped by different realities. The division is not just political, it's personal, affecting every part of daily life. The shared history is a reminder of what was lost and what could have been. The Korean Peninsula is a living lesson in how ideas shape destiny. In the end, the story of the two Koreas is about the lottery of birth. A child born in Pyongyang and one in Seoul will live in different worlds, one shaped by control, the other by choice. The border decides everything, your education, your work, your dreams. The differences are not just political, they are the building blocks of reality. The Korean Peninsula is a place of what-ifs, a symbol of how history can carve destinies in stone. The rights and freedoms many take for granted are not for everyone. Where you are born can mean a life of struggle or a race for success, fear or freedom, limits or limitless dreams. For Koreans, the line on the map is not just geography, it's the defining truth of their lives.